Hi there, daring and mighty ladies. We're back on the couch again for another D&M. And today I wanted to talk to you about self-compassion. Self-compassion very much comes under the umbrella of self-love. It's, well, as it suggests, being compassionate towards yourself. And the way I tend to think about it is looking at myself as if I'm a small child. You know, I look at my son, for example, and I consider how I treat him. In particular, I consider how I treat him when he's made a mistake. Not when he's being naughty, but when he's made a mistake. When he can't quite get something right, he's struggling with something new, and how I communicate with him in those situations. And it's with compassion, it's with understanding, and it's with unconditional love. The compassion piece is really important because that's where, quite frankly, we're gentle. So if we apply that level of communication to ourselves, you know, if we make a mistake or we're struggling with something, we're just not winning with something, rather than doing what we do, which is to beat ourselves up and have that horrible inner critic tell us that we're stupid and we can't do it and we're never going to be able to do it and we're a failure. And, you know, what was all that stuff that perhaps was said to you when you were a small child? You know, you could have had a teacher, you could have had a parent, a relative, an adult that told you that you were stupid or that you were a failure or that you were useless, whatever it was for you. We as adult women have those voices in our head, whether they're our own or whether they actually belong to someone in our past. And in that moment of making a mistake, of struggling with something, rather than having that chat, self-compassion is when we take a deep breath and we look at ourselves as if we were a small child learning to walk or learning to write or learning to ride a bike. And we say to ourselves, it's okay, Katie. You know, you're doing your best. Every day you're getting better. I love you regardless. You know, that's self-love. I love you regardless. And actually, in that moment of being compassionate towards yourself, well, not only does it take the pressure off, my Lord, don't we live in a society that's pressurized enough? Aren't we trying to be just so perfect and just excelling and succeeding in every possible way? I mean, you know, even these videos I do for you, and I pray this isn't happening with compassion, but, you know, is this just another thing that you're trying to be really good at? I'm trying really hard to be really good at self-love. You know, be compassionate as you're learning to love yourself. Speak to yourself really kindly. You know, I'm doing my best. I'm creating greater awarenesses every day. Little by little, step by step, I'm getting to know myself. I'm getting to understand all parts of me. And I'm beginning to really love that person. That's compassion. And there's a sort of a hormonal change in our bodies when we apply compassion to ourselves rather than criticism. You know, criticism raises those cortisol levels. It's that fight or flight situation. Our blood pressure goes up, our heartbeat races. It just feels horrible. And we're energetically, we're up high in our shoulders and in our head. No wonder so many of us suffer, you know, headaches and backache and so on. With compassion, it releases that oxytocin chemical, that one that a mother releases when she's breastfeeding her child. And it signals to us the exact opposite of the fight or flight. It signals that we can breathe, that we can relax, we can just be, we can allow ourselves to be nurtured and cuddled. You know, in that moment, we can actually physically give ourselves a cuddle. It's a lovely thing to do. Quite often I watch telly and give myself a cuddle. It's really quite lovely, and I feel nurtured. And why not do that for yourself? Why not? So that's my challenge for you today, is to start being a little bit more self-compassionate. This isn't a challenge that I want you to rise to be perfect and to see it as yet another thing in your life that you must excel at. But I do want you to, with compassion, gently, day by day, show yourself more compassion. I'd love to hear how that works out for you. You know, I really would love to see comments if you want to leave them underneath the video. I'd love to hear how you're getting on. And if you've got any questions, anything you'd like me to cover in future videos, please also leave a comment and I'll do my best to address them. So today, sending you so much love and so much compassion. Until next time, lots of love. Bye.